Hey, it's the vwnut garage. Patina is here. I'm here. I need to mark the heater channels and the pan in the area that they're sitting right now so that I know where to put them back. I'm going to use a little bit of painter's tape to do that. I'll show you guys how I do that. But before I get started on this part 20 Miss Daisy, I need to clean off my benches, put my tools away, wrestle the pit bull. So I'm gonna do all those things, and then I'll bring you guys back, and we'll get into putting these things where they need to be and marking them so I can take them out, clean up the areas that need to be welded, punch some holes, and put her back together. Alright guys, so what I'm looking at is I need to clearance this right here, and some of it's a little bit chunky, so I'm probably going to go from like right here up into there. We're going to have to put some metal in here anyway. We're looking at the front of the pan where your feet go on the passenger side. I need to just move this back just a little bit, and that's my hold up right there. That's what's holding me. So before I start marking the pan, I'm going to go ahead and pull everything out after I mark that real quick. So in 1 second I'll be right back and we'll mark that so I know where to cut. Alright, so I'll probably, man, see, I don't like that right there. So, but I don't want to lose that dimple. So I'll probably go ahead and clearance it something like that. I don't know if you guys can see the line because of the light, but there's the line. So we'll get everything taken apart, and I'll get to cutting on that. That's a good place to start. We'll go from there. Alright, so the pan and the heater channel came out of there still together, which is okay with me. We're going to go ahead, we're going to have to clean up this edge so we can start popping holes in it. It's got a little curl right there I need to fix. And it's got a little hangy on right there that I need to peel off of there. So we'll get that cleaned up, and we'll get the inside of the car cleaned up, and we'll get set up to cut on the inside of the car. I'll bring you guys right in there with me. Alright, so I'll probably put some music to this next clip and make it some high-speed business. I'm going to go ahead and clean up. You guys can't see, but I'll show you. I'm going to go ahead and clean up this edge right here too. So enjoy. Alright, so this is the bottom of the B-pillar, still on the passenger side of the car. And I'm just going to I'm going to end up adding metal to the bottom of this all the way around. Like the bottom 6 inches is what they say in New England for most old cars. So it's probably about what I'm going to do. But I'm just going to go ahead and kind of clean this edge up a little bit. There's still a little bit of rust. Like that stuff right there is not going to help us out any. So we'll get that cleaned up before we put the flapper disc on. Then we'll put the flapper disc on and go from there. Alright, so that looks a little bit better. And that looks a little bit better. I'm going to put the flapper disc on. Sorry for the light, guys. And we're going to clean up this edge to begin with. Then we'll go start working on the pan. I also need to pull this ground wire out. That's in the way. So we'll do that. Also, when it's cold outside, we just rest the tools right in there on top of the heat just for a few minutes, and then when you grab your tool, then when you grab the wrench, it's nice and toasty warm. Alright, so the ground strap came out of there pretty easy. Get to wire wheeling. Alright, so wire wheel, gloves, safety glasses, hearing protection, the dog's inside. So cue the music and the fast forward. Alright, so we got this edge all cleaned up, and all the edges, my hand's over here, camera. All the edges over here, along the back edge right there, and along this edge right across here. This is still going to take a little bit more work, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So I'm going to go do the same on the pan, clean up this edge. Come on, camera. Clean up this edge on the pan, and then we're gonna fit it again. I don't know how many more times I'm gonna have to fit it, but I'm gonna fit it until I'm happy with it. I don't care if it's 100 more videos or 5 more videos or no more videos. I want this to be a nice car when I'm done, so that's what we're going for. All right, here we go. Well, all right, we got all these edges cleaned up. I just need to turn this edge up just a little bit. I'm gonna move down here. and I seen that these edges right here on this heater channel had been stay. You guys are as bad as my pit bull. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and all right, we're going to fit that in there one more or two more or 10 more times, not sure. All right, so I think we got it. I'm very happy with the fitment, and I'm going to take it out of there again because we need to put holes along this edge to spot weld that in. Other than that, I think I'm pretty happy with it. What I do, or what I did, is I took some just some painter's tape and kind of just laid it, you know, in there where I want. I'm going to cut it with a razor blade when I separate the two, just so I'm able to kind of get it back close to the same spot as, you know, efficiently as possible. So I'm happy with this side. I still couldn't tell you guys if removing the body from the pan is any easier. This hasn't been horribly difficult or terribly hard, just time consuming. So I don't know, when we're all done I'll tell you if next time I'm going to remove the body from the pan. Alright, so this should be the final time. I say that, but I feel like I've said that again before. The final time that I need to pull this out of here. Alright, so the pans are over on the bench. I'm still working out the hole puncher details, but Sage is here. He's going to put the gas tank in here for me. You need to spray that stuff in this hole, son. This hole. And there's two more up here. One here and one here. Just a little spritz in each one of them. Nice. That's good. Just takes a little. Alright, so we're going to dig the gas tank out from underneath the bench over there. And we're going to get it in Sage's hands and show him how he needs to hook up the fuel line and set it in there. We'll bring you guys right back. Alright, so Sage is going to bring over the gas can. I'm going to hold the wires out of the way. Gas tank. Sorry, gas tank. Fuel cell, if you will. Alright, son, bring her in. Alright, hold it right there for a second. It's nice, good. Let's go to right there for right now. That's good. Alright, can you reach down there and hook up that fuel line? Here's the fuel line, bud. Push her on there. Nice, that should be far enough, bud. Good job. Alright, we're just going to set her right down. How's it look over there, kiddo? You got any wires in the way? Okay, this side is all clear, except we need to be there. That is the ventilation wire. There it is, it's in. Alright, now those 4 clamps, son, get those. Alright, so Sage is putting the clamps in so they look like that one right there. He's
There's no washer on this one.
That's alright, put her in there.
Upside down.
Alright, so Sage is using the nut driver there to get him snugged up. Careful, that's how you get busted knuckles, tough guy. Alright, so Sage got those 4 tied. The only thing he has left to do is hook up the fuel sending unit cable so we can tell on the fuel gauge how much fuel there is in the car. We'll see if we can't find the cap for that. That looks pretty good. There's a cap that goes over. We'll find the cap, and that part of this project will be complete. Alright, so we found the lid. There it is. Done deal. There is some adjustment to that. Most of the adjustment is on the back of the gauge itself. So that's going to do it for that part of it. Still waiting on the hole punch, and so next you'll see us, we'll be punching holes. Almost done. We forgot to hook up the vent line. Alright, there it is. Now that's
that. See if you want them all, whatever, ½ inch from the thing, you can see your marks on it. Yep. It'll just give you that stop and just lock it down to that. So that way, when you're going down the sheet metal, you can kind of repeat all the way down. And it's got different size bits, whatever size hole you want to go with. I would probably go with the one that's in there. I think that's the last time I did the floor plans in Bob's Bug. That's the ones I used. That should be fine. If not, you may want to go just maybe one more up. Okay. But I would go with that.
I'm going to go with that. Alright, so as you guys just seen, I was just over at the Musty One tool lending warehouse, and so I thought that I would punch at least one of these holes on this video so we could see how difficult it was going to be. That's pretty dang easy. And that sets us perfect right at the stop. I don't know, let me see if you guys can see the hole I punched. Yeah, there it is, right there. Anyway, that's going to do it for this one. I'd like to thank all you guys for coming by the vwnut garage, hanging out with me, being patient while I learn how to fit these floor pans, and sharing this journey with me. We'll see you on the next one.